Hola, here we are. Once more. So, questions in order to appear in the chat. Right? In English, Finnish, suomeksi. And I'm gonna be here for a while. Let's see. What is that while? Right? Hola, Gabriel. Hi. Nice to see you too. Well, I don't actually see you and all that. But yeah, it's nice that you're here. Welcome. Hi, Essina. Everything is pretty cool. Hello, Kavi. Jasmine. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. All sorts of things. Let's see. So, first question from Exina. And then we kind of go for Jasmine and then Gabriel. So, in order how they appear in the chat. Hey, nice to everybody who came here so far. Let's see. Exina is first. So we'll see. And I'm a bit early. Well, sort of. It's like 1. I was almost online before 1. Right? So does Steve plan on asking my mother permission to be with me in the near future? Let's see. So Exina first, then Jasmine, then Gabriel. Yeah, I was looking into today for 2 of Swords. Somehow not my favorite card, but somehow I got this impression that it's about you sort of you're stuck. You have the swords like this. You are blindfolded. You cannot just kind of revolve with 2 thoughts or a couple of options. Also, I got this idea that it indicates that while you are not making decisions, sort of like all the options are available, even though in some way. But when you make choices, then something happens. Some doors close, some doors open, all that, and many other things from that as well. But yeah, does Steven plan to ask my mother's permission to be with me in the near future? Let's see. Okay, then bit. It seems I'm having a bit of a wobbly start here. The cards are like jumping. Ooh, spooky. No need. Does Steven plan to ask my mother permission to be with me? Hello, Jenna M. We'll see. Couple of more. Now we're happy. I think I will need some more cards. I would have to say no. See, I think he has some revelation or something that is not related to him, but no, I don't think he would be asking this from your mother. I think he feels that he's in a position that he wouldn't have to ask. Or at least he feels so, right? And But would he be with you in the near future? I would say that would be very surprising if not. I would say that he is not planning on asking, but I think he would. I would be surprised if he's not with you. Anyway. Okay, I have a bit delay with this. An advice for your situation. I'm not gonna say anything, but it's Five of Pentacles. So for what you asked, I could think that your mother actually would even be thinking that he should ask, but somehow he is like being a bit smug and thinking he doesn't have to, right? Okay, fair enough. So Jasmine, welcome. So next, Jasmine Fox. What does C feels for me now? Uh-huh. That sounds like something has happened. So Jasmine up next. Let's see when we're happy with the shuffle. Nobody knows. Okay. What does C feel about me now? What does C feel about me now for Jasmine? Let's see. I get the impression that in the recent past there has been like a situation that nobody wanted to take risks, or C didn't want to take maybe a risk, but I think something has come, some cycle has ended, and like, well, at the moment this is what he thinks about you. So I think he's harboring some feelings towards you, like seriously. I would say even romantic feelings. But somehow I see that that leads to some kind of like a defending of one's position. So it leads to some kind of complications, maybe like passionate complications. So I think he has come full circle with something, and now I think he is kind of feels for you. Like I would say that one of the cards is the lovers. So yeah, I would say that he's harboring romantic feelings for you, and something came to a conclusion, and there was some kind of like a heavy, something was maybe bothering him, and he's over that, and some there has been some sort of closure, right? Jasmine, did you get it? Oh, now my connection is excellent. So a little while ago was not very excellent. Fair enough. It does sometimes, doesn't it? Sort of made sense for me too. Advice for your situation is this. It's 5 of swords. So what? And it's been beaten the legs of the guy away. Don't mind that. Oh, never mind that. But basically, whatever you get from these should give you extra help for the situation, right? Okay, Gabriel, you're up next. I think I need to update something at some point. Okay. My question is, why is Karina willing to help me get back Eskaren now? Why is Karina? You are welcome, Jasmine Fox. Moving on. So basically, no. Let's see when we're happy with the shuffle for Gabriel. Mind you, so it's on its way. Yes, the counting. Okay. Well, I think she is in some kind of. I think she feels that. I don't know if she could be somehow returning a favor, or she feels that she is in a position that she gets something from you, from this. And I would say that this person has been, thought that somehow the moment is right for her to help you out. That she is being kind of waiting. So the moment, I don't know if she owes you something, literally. That she feels that she owes you and she wants to repay. And maybe it might be also a little bit in a way that she has felt certain way, like moody about things, and was between two, that she wasn't quite sure should she do it or not, but somehow she thinks the time is right, and I think she might feel that she owes you something, or or that she kind of wants something from you in exchange. But in the end, I think for her, that won't in the end give her what she wanted. She won't feel like satisfied with what she has when she has been helping. So I think she didn't get what she wants. She won't get what she wants of the situation, right? Does it make any sense for you? It makes sense at least a little bit for me. Let's see if I can get some. I don't know. I think she has gotten a message from someone also. I think she doesn't necessarily have only good intentions at the moment. And I don't know if it can be some sort of a dramatic movement on her part or something. Or then I get the sense that, I don't know, could she think that this would be in any way sort of like that she wants to kind of slash you somehow, or like some small revenge? Which sounds a little bit weird that she is offered to help to do things, but I would say that at least her intentions are not entirely like what is this, benign. I don't think all her intentions are just good. So basically, I would keep my own sword kind of, or your own sword sharpened sounds really strange or weird. I would pay attention again for this as well. I would give you an advice, which would be this: the sun. Right away, sun. So this is your advice for the situation. So whatever you get from there, there's some shadow on my sun there. Okay. Are we happy with this? Gabriel. So that was Gabriel. Then Jen I am, right? What's going on with Caleb and me? 2021 hamburger. He's Libra. What's going on with Caleb and me? Oh, I don't know what this. Thank you. Muy bien. Kiitos. That's Finnish meaning thank you. So Jen I am. What is with you for you and Caleb this year? 2021. Okay. Let's see one more thing. What's going on with Caleb and me to this 2020 hamburger? He's a Libra. Okay. Let's see. Are we happy with the shuffle? I think I should sit like more right up or something. So, Caleb and Jen. Now. For me, it looks like you are a little bit one or the other is like going a little bit away. I think you are. I would think that you will sort of drift a little bit further apart, at least temporarily. And there will be choices to be made, or at least there is a like illusion that there is a lot of choices of what you can do together, or what could you do together, or maybe what he thinks that he could do. And basically, hola, hello, angel. And basically, like sort of like some kind of obstacles will arise, and I don't know if things are thought through really, and there could be some kind of like small time issues, or maybe it comes down to this, that there has been the idea that there was choices how to feel or what to do. Yeah. So I think at least okay. Yeah. Well, I would say that I wouldn't expect at least very soon any change to that. And I think there is gonna be really choices to be made, and I think if you will be in contact, that would probably be a little bit like some like minor differences, some arguments or stuff like that, and who is right and who is not, and I think you might have some kind of connection left also, and I don't know, is it like that you have at least some? I don't think you have quite finished exactly yet. That something is in both of your heads that is somehow like linking you a little bit together. And I would say that in the like a little bit later on the year, yeah, well, that's funny, isn't it? Because I still read the cards, and I, of course, something that I have read before or something is like it affects, even if I don't think about it, I don't remember. Everything affects. The bloody lights effect, and how much coffee I take affects probably as well. What kind of nice things I have on me. But yeah, I guess that could be the thing. I see that later on the year. Fair enough. That's really nice to hear. Well, I am suggesting things that could happen, and your actions will obviously then define the outcome. But I think like towards the end of the year, the last like somewhere in the let's see, like somewhere in the end of the summer or beginning of the fall, I would say that then there is a possibility if you would like to like build together something, but that would be something that requires kind of work. But I would say that at the time, I think you would be feeling that you don't necessarily need to be even with this person, but it might seem like the right thing to do. But I think it requires patience, and the timing has to be also right in that. Yeah, I was thinking that well, I would say that in the let's say last 4 months of the year, or something like in the autumn, in the fall, end of the summer. But and I think that would come with some realization that you wouldn't really need this person, that you are happy on your own by the time you don't give two rats ass, in a sense that maybe the connection would be a little bit severed in some way, and maybe that would be the reason. But I see that could happen then, but it requires patience. But yeah, that's gonna be a bit long wait. I guess you have to come tell me anyway, right? But advice for you, for your situation, is here. Ace of Wands. Whatever you get from that. I'm not gonna say anything else, but it's Ace of Wands, right away. What you get from this is your advice for this situation. Which seems to be by this lecture with the cards, like the conclusion is gonna let you wait for a while. But yeah, I kind of have a notion now that you mentioned that this would be the thing, that I get this impression that there is some kind of like thing going on still, right? So that was Jenna. Are we happy, Jenna? Yes? Vale. So, Angel Carlos, I am fine. How are you? Welcome here. Of course, Angel, you go ahead. You are being very polite. It's very nice. Oh, muy bien. Thank you, Jenna. And leave a like, leave a comment. I don't know. If you want more detailed personal reading, or if anyone else wants, dstonerocks@hotmail.com, we can do that. Sadly, that is not going to be free. Hmm? But we do this when we do this, and it is free. And it's nice. Fair enough. Muy bien. And also, hey, by the way, if you want Sigils, they could help you obtain that you desire. For example, handmade. like unique pieces of art and stone. Yeah, do stone rocks. Okay, that was the commercial part. So next we had here, and I have to check a little bit. Yeah, Jenna M was last. So now I have to say that I don't know, cannot read what this says, but no, okay, am I stupid or what? Azad. Azad. Next one is for Azad. My name is Azad and her name is Lemia. Are we going to get married someday? That's a pretty serious question. So Azad. And then Angel. So Azad, this one is for you. Oh, are you here still with us? Then you have to stop and rewind if you're not. Because when we're happy with the shuffle, then we check what we get from Azad. So will Azad get married with Lemia someday? When we're happy with the shuffle, Azad, this one is for you. Okay. And Angel is here as well. But Azad first, then Angel, because of who posed the question first. Yes, you can, Gabriel. Just have to then wait a little while when I'm through with Azad and Angel, and then again back to you. You are most welcome. So will Azad get married with Lemia someday? Happy with the shuffle. When we happy with the shuffle. Yeah, I noticed, but there was Azad, I think, before, and I'm trying to be very accurate with this, but you know, sometimes I just don't know. So we'll see. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, I would say that at the moment seems that, yeah, I think there has been some kind of, I don't know if both, I don't know, I seem that seems kind of likely what I see, how things are. What works against this is that there is some kind of petty differences in this situation. I also think what is for this situation is that would require constant effort, which I think is there. And the outcome is gonna be somewhat still could be like this, that you could be rather dependent on each other in many ways, and also that would come to the physical realm. So it could be like a little bit of a codependency even, and that might not be all that good. But I think what I see here, Azad, I would be very surprised if not. So I would have to say yes. But keep in mind that there are some things I think could be related to some kind of tradition. Hi, Lion. I think could be related to like tradition or some kind of thoughts of someone that might not be so like liberal or something. It has something to do with that. But I think with constant effort, sort of, I see this happening. But yeah, I see it also that it creates some kind of dependency with you, which might be also not so good. But I see that it would have its struggles, but I think there would be love in it and good vibration, children, and I would even go saying that, well, it will be like a relation that has its ups and downs, right? So that one for Assad, and for Assad, an advice still for this marriage question is here. I will not say much more, but this one is Rider White deck and the Prince or the Knight of Cups. Advice for you, Assad, to help your situation. Whatever you can get from this, probably right? Right? You don't have to know the cards. If you do, doesn't matter. Whatever you get from this card, right? Muy bien. So we have Assad, now Angel. Just checking it. Let's see. Yeah, Lion, hello, Geta. Yes, post a question, Geta, and you will be read for in a bit. I have a few others. Now we go for Angel. So I wonder what are Elessa's feelings for me currently. And the outcome, if I'm looking, if I confess. Thank you for your assistance, Gabriel. Mighty kind of you. Or does it look like I'm already have like a little bit struggling straight, like, oh my god, there is like people I know. No, I'm doing fine. So what are Elas? Okay, now enough small talk, shop talk, and we go for Angel. So wonder what are Elas's feelings for me currently, and the outcome if I confess. Just checking in, just checking in. Of course. No, we are not happy with the shuffle, sorry. Have to make a few more. No. Wait. Well, I have to continue in this, that I think she's at the moment in a situation that she like is pretty much okay with herself and on her own. That she's like enjoying some time with herself. I think she has been in a situation lately that she had this notion that she had to choose. She had to kind of choose what she feels, I think, or at least she thought that she has a choice. But when she understood that her choices are not sort of limited, so I think also like she is a bit tired at the moment. And if you were to tell her, hold on, it comes down to the same thing. Well, it's an update, right? You said you're just checking in. So the situation is pretty much the same. I think she's outcome for this is that I think she wouldn't really give much of an answer. I think she would try to. I think she's concentrated with her own feelings about something more than she would be for this. And at the moment, I think she feels a bit burned out about something, and I think she's kind of tired, and like I would say even like a little bit emotionally exhausted. So I don't know, maybe she has gone through some stuff. So I think she's happy being on her own. I don't think she has much feelings towards for anyone else but herself. I think she is like happy that she is with herself and wants to take care of herself, even physically. It could be related to health as well. What I get from here is like I said, that there's been some sort of things related to feelings and like sort of like that she has to like make choices, or at least she thinks that she has to. Maybe it's like she's gonna try to reason her choices, and then in the end she feels one way and she wants to do it that way. Uh, I would say everything what I see here, I would say that she is single. I would be very surprised if she is not, because I have all the cards here. There's like one person, and who knows? Maybe she has been offered something, but I do not. I get the sensation that she is happy being herself on her own and doesn't is maybe not ready to be with anyone. Okay, but in a sense, I think she's kind of like tired but happy, or happy but kind of exhausted, or tired a little bit. That there has been some stuff like. I think it has actually it's just related that she thinks that she can choose how she feels in a way. And okay, it's, in a way it's true. If you decide that you feel good, eventually you will sort of feel good. If you decide that you feel like shit, you will feel like that. I think everything is more related to herself, right? That it's not really like it's not about other people. I think she's kind of concentrated on herself a lot. And I think that, but this could be something that is like a sort of like a phase, or like a. Now she's in downside and the 14 don't know what how to pan out. Yeah. Well, for this, what you asked before, the advice is this: Two of Cups. Right away. Well, let's take something for Angel Steel for the what kind of odds we have here, or what it says about 14. I'm throwing away card. Alright. But the advice for the questions you have asked is Two of Cups. Right away. I'm not gonna say anything about that. But that's Two of Cups right away. Right? Whatever you get from that is probably what you get from that, and that's your advice, and that's probably the right one, because you have the info with you, not here in the cards. Okay, let's just take something for the, if you have planned the 14th. With the 14th, I don't know if the reception would be at least the reception for this might be a little bit cold on my view. But funny that it gives certain cards that I remember from an earlier reading also. So I think the 14th now for some reason looks like that it could start out a bit cold, but it could end up being okay. But I think it would require something that first of all, you have to feel good about it yourself, that you have to be like sort of that you feel good about yourself and on your own, and then you have to feel right about the situation. And I still think that would have to be really kind of groundbreaking, that it requires not like party tricks, but I think it requires like something special, like groundbreakingly special. But you know, like not like, hey, I have these 10 balloons for you. No, it's more like to the feelings. I think it has to be very genuine, because I think if you would do it on 14th, if you confess her and spill the beans like you said, I think the reception would be cold at first at least. But if I think it's not like, I think it comes down to this, that if you can honestly tell exactly how it is, sort of, that you don't try to play anything, or you don't try to like, it's not about gimmicks or tricks, or you know, like, hey, look, I can juggle these, I don't know, 5 cans of beer. You know, not kind of that kind of stuff. I think it would require going really look very deep what you feel, and that you could present it in an extraordinary way to her, right? And my advice still for you for the 14th, let's go thorough with this now that you check in. And it's nice that you check in. It's very nice that people come back to our channel, right? Okay. But the advice for the stuff in 14th. Ace of Pentacles. You have a lot of advices and cards. Now go figure out what you want to do, man. And good luck with that anyway, however you decide to do. Right? So, are you happy, Angel? Be happy now. Right? So, Gabriel, before you, I will take a small sip of coffee. Well, that sounds actually pretty healthy to me without any context. Sorry. Without reading any bloody cards, I think that sounds pretty good. And maybe that's the point, that if you gotta do it, you gotta do it, man. And you're welcome, Angel. Alright. Gabriel is up next. Real talking to Karina today. Give me a truthful update on Escarlet. Okay. So Gabriel is next. Talking to Karina. Let's see. So Gabriel. No, it's not Gabriel. But I just one. Okay. So talking to Karina, give me a truthful update. Today. And be happy with the shuffle. What? Okay. But anyway, so we see if Karina would be truthful. I am always truthful. I don't worry about that. Well, sometimes more truthful than others. It's all true except for the lies. But there's no lies here. Okay. Now we should be happy with the shuffle. Otherwise we're gonna shuffle the rest of the night. And we have... No, we are not. There we go. Something. It's this one. Yeah. Okay. Money. Well, I would put it this way, that whatever advice she would be giving, I would have my sort a little bit like this. So I think this could mean that she's gonna mix, on my view, what it means, what I see here is that she's gonna tell you something that I think could be like, some things could be her opinions. In a way that it's not maybe exactly the truth, but she insists that it is certain way. And I think talking to her and what she's gonna say, I think it's gonna be maybe a little bit confusing. I think it could be a little bit, again, well, I will show you what it could be. It could be a little bit like this. So I think you might be like left hanging about with like some things that are like, how is this? Maybe there would be some inconsistencies. So I think it's like, could be, I don't say that it wouldn't be truthful, but not exactly truthful either. I think it could be really related to this, that how she feels that things are, or how she thinks that things are, not exactly everything that how things are. Does it make any sense? But anyway, I would say that I would be careful listening to her, and because if you interpret these things wrong, so I think, yeah, you would have to interpret a little bit things. You have to like filter what she says and then make your own conclusion, which will leave you a little bit like this. And I would pay attention, because you could gain to lose from this. Right? So her advice, or what's, I think she's gonna give an advice, but her thoughts and what she's gonna tell you, I wouldn't trust them at least completely. Right? An advice for this is the lover. I'm not gonna say right or white, the lovers, Gabriel. Right or white, the lovers, Gabriel. At least it's not the tower, right? Or the hermit. Lovers is good or bad, I do not know. You tell. You decide. Whatever you get from the lovers for this question. Okay? Yeah. Well, like I said, I think it's kind of like, maybe it's fun. It's fact and fiction. Opinions and you're welcome. So I think, yeah, it's kind of a bit of a mix though, in a way, that you get like some truth and maybe some misinterpretation, some opinions, and well, of course, in anything it's kind of difficult to give you some kind of exactly objective thing that this and nothing is the ultimate truth in the way. It depends on the perspective and God knows what else. But yeah, I would keep my head up and eyes open and ears peeled. Oh, eyes peeled. Can you say ears peeled? I don't know. Eyes peeled. Right. Moving on. So we have Gabriel and Leon is next. Right? Mhm. Lion, not Lion, Lion. I remember you, Lion. You've been here before. Welcome again. Hmm. Is there anything new coming for me this year? Alright, let's see. That would be really silly if there wouldn't be anything. There has to be something, right? But let's see what we can tell you after drawing the cards. Yes, it is. So, what new? If there's something new that will bring 2021, right? Okay. Yeah. Now is lion, and then after lion is Geta. Okay. So let's see how long I shuffle the cards could be. You know what? I think we are pretty happy with the shuffle soon. And so lion, what up new? Is there something new in 2021? Okay. But in a sense, I don't see anything like at the moment here. Anything like really major, like a life-changing event. But what I see is that I think especially in like the first part of the year, maybe like I don't know. Well, what could you consider first part? Like first 3 months or something like this. I think there could be some kind of minor difficulties. I think there might be that you think that why doesn't anything work? Like that you have this sensation that there is you know, not really like anything huge. Of course, anything is how you make it yourself, but I think that there could be some feelings that things are a little bit off and they don't work. But nothing like very dramatic. Also, I see that there is could be some balancing with the finances, but I think that will somewhere, I would say, like in the summer, I see that there would be some sort of a project which could be related to that is related to the more like the physical realm and like earth element, which means money, fortune, and could be work, could be related to health that would, but in a certain way brings about some kind of like start for some big, little bit bigger project, right? And that could mean that you could be starting something of your own business, for example, or creating something. So in a way, you're gonna create something new, like physically. Um, who knows? Maybe you decide to sculpt something or paint something or do something creative, but it's something that you would do like physically with your hands. But some kind of project, I would say, in the summer. And I think this is something, again, for me, this would go. that somehow like after you have started this, it's kind of like a big jump from this project type. So maybe the point is that when you start something which is probably new, yes, because it seems to be like a new bigger project, that brings about like seriously a hope for something a little bit bigger. Or you see that, hey, you started this, and I think it goes kind of soon from this, that you just, as long as you just get something started, you get this project started, this kind of, it seems like all rather creative, positive, something that something that you can grow, okay? And I would say that this is related somehow, I would say it could be related to money also. But when you start this, it will jump fast forward. And there is like you're gonna have in your hand something that if you do it right, there's no limitations what you can do with this. So it could mean also like you could gain like money from this. Good. Well, I don't know if you will pick something. Well, summer. I don't know how it goes with the university, but maybe you realize something in the summer. Maybe it's related to something that you do or what you wanna do, and then that would kick you like forward seriously, right? So let's see. I will check. No, Jode. Okay. I think the projecting what I'm talking about, that somehow for me brings about like not just one opportunity. I think this would be like a bundle of things that this would even mean that you will meet someone, and this person could be someone to share finances and love with. That this you're gonna meet someone, which I think is the summertime, who's gonna be with you the project that you will start, and this could mean like it's like full of potential. So I would be really paying attention to this, right? And when you should know when this person, I think this is someone who is then willing to give you like you feel good about some person that you meet, and the person feels good about you and is somehow willing to, you know, not meet you halfway if you know like this, but wants to make an extra step towards you, right? So I think in a way, is there new? Yes, I think in the summer there's gonna be great opportunity, like love wise, like feeling wise, money wise, work wise. So I think this is gonna be a pretty good summer. And advice, and yeah, what is the stuff in the end that when this happens, that this project starts, it comes really fast to this, that you get like sort of like an aha moment, and you get like more hope to go even further, and this has great promise. And advice, Page of Cups, Rider White, Lion, okay. So I would look forward for the summer, seriously. In the beginning, I think it's gonna be a bit struggle in the beginning and the spring, but summer, I see a lot of good things happening then. The point is that, like I said, maybe I was sometimes I'm maybe not so clear. Well, I will tell you. I will show you a couple of cards. Maybe that keeps you. This is one idea when I'm talking about the project, right? And when you start this project or this kind of like something bigger, I think I just call it project, right? the point what the project brings you. I don't always throw so much cards, but this is so positive stuff for me. This is what the project brings you. So I would say that you will meet some person who is willing to come more than halfway towards you, and that has a possibility of love and like finances. So like I say, you get in, for me, you get like the aces are pretty, it's like a raw energy of the suit. Cups being romantic feelings and water, pentacles being money and like earth and all that. So I said that there is a person you click with when you start your project that can give you love and the earthly business as well. So I would think that you could meet someone and you find out something you can do with someone and you absolutely love each other doing it even. You know? Okay? So, and the advice was this. Page of Cups. So whatever you can get from this is for your what news gonna happen this year and all the business that we discussed. Page of Cups. Whatever you get from that. I would say that no, I'm not gonna say anything. I didn't say. I tried to not say today the whole day nothing, so I'm not gonna say anything. Is okay. Fair enough. And yeah, people, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Please make comments. If you want, you can make a donation on PayPal. There's a link on the screen and on the box thing there. And you can also purchase a non-precious stone jewelry. We make stones, sigils, runes, just pieces of art, unique pieces. We ship them around the world, as long as the mail goes there. You're welcome, Lion. So, and thank you for the donation so far. It is nice. And any questions? You want to ask anything? You want a more private reading, more detailed? We can do probably WhatsApp, email, Skype. We figure something out. Or feedback, dstonerocks@hotmail.com. Anything you want to know, we will try to figure you out. Figure for you an answer, right? But yeah, next we have Geta. So for Geta, will Aquarius P come towards me and be more communicative with me? Let's see what we can find out from that. I have to take a sip of agua. Alright. And then if there was something, but yeah, Geta first. Let's not get before ourselves here. And let's see. So Geta, will Aquarius P come towards me and be more communicative with me? No, we're not happy with the shuffle yet. Okay, I would have to say yes. I think it's very likely. I think it's very probable that he would be like this. Mm-mm. Yeah, I would think that he is uh, definitely gonna communicate with you. I think that, yeah, I think this person could be at least willing to take sort of the first step. If you're in an equal footing, sort of in this, that he would be willing, or the person would be willing, the Aquarius would be willing to take one step, like even further than you, right? So sort of like the first step, yes. Uh, Although I don't know if that would be everything in a way. Sort of like this would be in a way that you expect still. Uh, and it could be that I don't know. I see that somehow that first step could be somehow more emotional, and then it would be a little bit more withdrawn after this, and would be also somewhat like diplomatic. So I don't know. I would say yes and yes, but then somehow I don't know if there is. Let's see. I will. Why am I rambling more? I'm gonna take a couple more cards. See what is with this. Yeah, I think the person would be communicating with you and coming towards you, but there is something with patience. And I don't know if you would be in a situation that you are somehow stuck when this happens. And this might little bit somehow hurt this Aquarius. But I think then would be this time sort of to use diplomacy in the situation. So I think there would be some kind of like well, like I said, impatience, and then some when this person is after this person has come more like close to you or towards you, that then you are stuck in some way, or maybe how he approaches eventually wasn't exactly what you were expecting, right? He's been very hot and cold recently. Okay. Hmm. Yes, I do, and what I get from here is like I don't know what is there. There is somehow some there's something that stands between you in a way. But I get this impression that this person would be still willing to like mm, even take some sort of like an extra step towards you, like I guess already said. But yeah, I think there is a communication. I think, but somehow that people I see that people will not have patience, and that it's a little bit like erratic in that way. That I would say that you are somehow stuck. Maybe you have some stuck idea about the person, um, and the person might be taking something that it's their fault, or like, and that there is lack of patience. Um, yeah, yeah. I think well, as an Aquarius and in general, I think there could be something that he's afraid to lose a little bit. That something that he is if he enters to like a relation of like makes commitment more serious or however it is. So that could be actually true. Of course, one can say that can be true, might not be. So I think there could be like that there is actually now sometimes this comes a little bit in bits and parts for me, but I think I would be surprised if there would not be communication. And yeah, and there could be like that maybe it's like the person tries something and then they don't get the answer as they wanted so soon as they wanted, and there's no patience to wait, and somehow maybe you're yourself somehow you are stuck with some idea about the person as well, and so it's a bit messy, right? And there could be like I think some diplomacy might be needed in this. Well, the main answer for you is this, right? And then it's related whatever else there is. But this makes me say that I would be very surprised if there would not be, right? Let's take you one card for advice also and see what that gives you, and that would be giving something. Well, Ace of Cups was that from Rider White here. So that was kind of like the main answer, and then I have several cards in a different way there to explain that. But Ace of Cups, so I would be surprised if not. That he would come towards you, like I said. Let's see if we get you the advice. Yes, of course, it's like depends on billion things, and of course, any card doesn't really have a fixed meaning. Depends on all the other cards there. And sometimes it's a bit confusing, right? But this is your advice. Rider White, the Knight in a shining armor, sort of. So the Knight of Swords, right? So whatever you can get from this, if you know the cards, you don't know the cards, but Knight of Swords, Rider White, that should give you more advice for the situation, right? But yeah, the whole business is like there was like when I see that I would definitely say yes for this, that he comes towards you, and I said that he could be willing to make the first step, but then there is also included like impatience, and that somehow I think maybe a misunderstanding, and then in the end it leads to like this, that one would have to be rather diplomatic to get things done and sort things out. Well, if you think about the knights, for example, it seems for me that when I've been looking into the cards, that for example the Knight of Wands, it seems to be making like a dramatic gesture. The Knight of Pentacles doesn't seem to be moving anywhere, and then the Knight of Cups is kind of like moving, has the same horse like the Death, white horse, and has like the guy has wings, and so that could like move beyond borders on my view. I have related this, yeah, that it could be that is rather logical thing from that. I have related to this something like similar to that. I have related to revenge at some point, but I think it seems like somebody's charging in the near future, right? And these are still like, well, they are still the minor arcanes, even if they are the court cards. And it could be related to the, for example, to the chariot. This is also like movement. So that sounds about right to me. Okay. Yeah, that's the point of these advice cards in the end. Is like I said, if you know very well the cards or you don't know the cards, you can of course Google the meaning, see what comes up with that. And I would say that what you just did yourself took the advice, and what you got from there, I wouldn't be so surprised. But for me, the point is also like, usually if you think about just a picture, for example, there's a guy coming fast with the sword first, and this usually can lead to some confusion and trouble as well, because this person can charge, and they are like the knight that gets things done, but they might not really care what happens when they're gonna go with their horse and their sword, like as long as they get the things done what they wanted. So it's like sort of like someone who is very determined and going fast forward, but not giving too much attention what's gonna happen, like, you know, who got run by the horse. And this one is, for me, it's going to a war also, in a sense. Then it's the air is the element for this. I was just saying, I'm not gonna say anything about the car. It's the air element. It's about mind. So there is many things to consider in this. But I think what you got is, well, what you get from the advice card, that cannot be wrong. But I would have to say that I have similar ideas. So yeah, I would be surprised if he doesn't come at you sort of like fast, but it could be like if somebody comes, you know, like really fast with the fast horse and sword, and you know, just runs and not maybe doesn't, in a sense, even think about too much about it, as long as it gets the shit done or the things done, that can cause some damage as well. Yes, Knight of Sword as advice. That is the thing. Usui-sakin, go ahead, ask away. And then I think I have to start putting myself off the table and putting the cards away. You are welcome, sir. If you are a sir. I don't know. You are welcome, Geta. And huggers, if you like, subscribe, make a comment. YouTube likes us much more then, right? And also we give, obviously, private readings through email, WhatsApp. We can figure out many things. If you have any feedback, if you're like, what is this old hippie doing? I cannot understand anything that he says. Put the microphone louder, talk less, be more clear, you are awesome, whatever. Give us a feedback. dstonerocks@hotmail.com. We read everything. We have been able so far to answer everyone as well, right? Muy bien, thank you, Geta. And come back again. Especially if you want to tell what eventually happened, because you have to remember that nothing is written in stone. What you do will, of course, affect the situation. Should I contact my boyfriend or wait for him? We had an argument about a week ago. We are both Leos. Maybe that's the reason. Right? Okay. Usui-sakin. This one is for you, and then I think I have the packing for the night, because Thank you, Greta. Have a pleasant, safe evening and or day, depending where you are. On that. Okay. Should I contact my boyfriend or wait for him? We had an argument about a week ago. Should Mohan contact her boyfriend? Let's see what we get from here. Gonna be happy with the shuffle. Then Usui is probably so Mohini is probably the last one for the evening because otherwise I can stand up from the chair. Probably. Okay, Usui, Mohini. So we'll take 2 paths for you, right? We start with a couple of more shuffles because now I lost a little bit my line. Here we go. Yes. Oh wait. Contact or wait. I think it looks like for me that the contactancy would somehow, at least now it seems like the idea that has more opportunities, that it seems that it's more like tempting or like more, seems like a better option that you would contact him. But in the end, for me, it will lead to this. So somehow I see that that wouldn't help if you contact this person. I think it would put you this kind of position, which is like you're gonna be stuck and you would somehow have to kind of like you would be in a situation that you don't know what would you do, or you will have like options and maybe in neither one, you have a couple of options and neither one is good, right? So that's tough, and I would say that you are in an okay position anyway at the moment, because all this what I get from the paths are minor cards, but your situation is this at the moment. So I don't think you're in a bad spot, right? If you wait, I think it first looks a little bit like, what the hell? Maybe you have to wait kind of some time, but it will end to this. So that would give, for me, I would say that it gives, like comes like a full circle and it gives you most likely more the option that you are looking for. So I would say that I would wait, most definitely, because if you think the contact would give you this, the wait gives you this, my opinion is I would take the 10 of Pentacles any day over 2 of Swords, right? So I think you want to contact him and it seems like somehow feels like this should be the right thing to do, and not contact feels, for me, what I get from it feels like this, which is something that you're afraid that you're gonna lose something. But I think you will feel better, and maybe that's something that affects the situation if you wait. Yeah, that's the other thing, because, well, like I said, the conclusion is the 10 of Pentacles, which for me is like to wait, which I would assume and like I said, that would give you the option that you probably are looking for more. So, of course, it wouldn't necessarily well, if this is what you want, if you want him to contact you, yes, then wait, on my view. When he would then contact you, I would say that this person wouldn't be, I think this person would be a little bit impatient with this. So maybe he doesn't really feel so good about this either. I think he could be also a little bit like on defense about his side and how he felt about this situation. But I would say that he would. I would say that he would contact you. I normally don't make too much of like dates that seems like a little bit too accurate. Yeah. I think it would be in like latest in the end of the month. And then I have this sensation it could be also like I would say that it's between 14th and end of this month. So that it could take some time. Let's see what we get from him. Well, both cards that what I get from this waiting part, like the end result for this to wait, both parts give me this that there is a conclusion, and the conclusion for me is what I see is one which is something that you want, something that is positive for you. So if you want him to do this and you want to be with him, and that needs to be like this, I would say yes. That it's I think for this could be a little bit like it might be then a little bit of a project with him, and he might be a little bit looking and like be a little bit looking what is going on and making sure and like measuring you a little bit. But in the end, it would lead to this, which would be the Ace of Pentacles, which means it's not an opportunity. I don't know what is an opportunity. So I would say yes. But I would think that it will not be, well, like I said, I think this person would contact you earliest on 14th. That's my impression. I got sevens here a couple of times, and then I have this boat here, which means the wheels, the 10 cycles. So let's see, I will put this back here. Well, I think he wants to make some kind of. Yeah, I know. And the point what I got this because I got two sevens for you in there, and that gave me the impression that it's the 14th. But like I said, from not earlier than 14th, also between 14th and in the end of the month. To give a couple of weeks for it. But I would say that I don't think that this situation is as easy for him that he makes it appear. That I think he's a bit impatient. I think he wants to resolve this, but I think he is gonna like also stick to his opinion that if you apologize for him, I think it could require some work with this person. You know. So I think he wants to resolve, right? And I think also it comes down to this. I think he has forgiven, but he will remember, right? But yeah, I would say what I see is that the waiting is the right option. I think you will eventually, even whatever you decide to do, I think you will eventually feel better that way, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, but hey, did I? Now I'm a bit confused because I've been here for a while and all that. Advice for you for this still, we take one card. Whatever it has, it's you to decide what it means. For your question, this is an advice. I already once said that I'm not gonna go into what it could mean, but whatever you get from this Nine of Pentacles, there's a woman alone, surrounded by pentacles, has a nice bird in the hand, in a garden with grapes. So whatever you get from this would be an advice for you, right? The advice is to look at this card, which is Nine of Pentacles. And the idea, if you know about the card something, fine. If you want to Google what it means, fine. But what I would suggest that you just look this picture, and whatever you can get from the picture is your advice. Because in the end, the cards are like reflections, and you have all the info you need in there, in your head, in your heart. And I'm just kind of trying to get that out for you, right? Maybe. Maybe. If you want, I will tell you something from it, what I think. Or what I would say is like, okay, 9 could be like nearly end of a cycle, for example. Yeah, and the person is alone there. Seems to be feeling pretty okay. I have had many thoughts about this would be like a moment just before you accept something new, or you would be accepting a reward. You are kind of happy, you have everything you need. You don't basically need anyone. It seems that the person is very content there, is in a nice location, or maybe he's just about to enter a party where they're gonna celebrate her birthday, or I get this kind of impressions there. So it's like a moment of completion, for example. It could be also related to the hermit, which is when you look the light from inside yourself and all that. Well, many things, but whatever you think is there, that's the important thing, right? And for this, I would say that it's more like, because 10 is like the one kind of end of a cycle, so it's like something just, this shows you before something is completed what it's gonna be. It's like if you would be graduating from school, this would be just before you're gonna go and get the diploma that you became a doctor or whatever, right? But now I think I have to really pack in, since it starts to be a bit late in my neck of the woods. You are most welcome. Hopefully it makes some sense. It made some sense to me. So, people, humanoids, thank you for that. And come back again. Hopefully things will work out exactly how you want. And remember, the universe and the multiverse favors the brave. And the one who is, well, have to remember that our own actions will define their end results. Believe in yourself. Go ahead. If Alisa is here, you took the question away. I was about to leave and I kind of have to very soon. So believe in yourself. Go ahead, ask a question. We try to keep it brief. Good night to you and be safe. Man, I suppose so. And what is coming towards me in spirituality? Okay, let's see what we can get from this. That's rather a nice question. Good that we stayed here, right? What is coming towards me in spirituality? So I have to see about this. To revitalize, I don't know, I don't know what to say. What's coming towards me in spirituality? So Alisa, if you are here, put your question, I will answer you too, and then after this, I really have to go. So when we're happy with the shuffle, believe in yourself. You're next. When we get the cards aligned in a way they're supposed to, when it feels right. Well, what is coming towards me in spirituality? So, let's see. I would say what is coming towards you in spirituality, I would say like there would be some answers arriving. And also I get this impression that maybe you have gone a certain way with your search of spirituality and stuff, and I would say that somehow I see that some cycle or some part of it has ended. And it could have been, I don't know, I get this sensation that it might have been a little bit disappointing in some way, or it wasn't quite what you were maybe looking for. I also get like something like this, that what would help in general to usher in like new things in this spirit of your source of spirituality is like some rituals could help, even like some traditions, like something which might not be even out of that much out of ordinary. But yeah, I think you are gonna get some answers, and I would pay attention also to this, that you see when the answers come, because otherwise you might be stand to lose something that you kind of have gained with your search and the understanding what you got from before, which I still think that somehow I see that you finished up with something, and maybe that wasn't somehow so satisfying for you, right? And somehow I'm thinking also that yes, you get answers, but I also get this impression that maybe, yeah, fair enough. But I also get this impression that now you get answers, but I'm not sure if you are willing and ready to kind of like put yourself in a situation that you would be voluntarily just like observing what is happening. So that's the reason why I think you should pay attention. And let's see what we get from here. Still more. Well, whatever this is, I think it's something that you can manage on your own and you don't really need anyone. Like, even if I said that tradition and rituals could help, I think in spirituality it would be probably something that do pretty much not in any organized manner. And that you will find, even if you're not maybe putting yourself, then maybe you're not that ready for the search, but I think you will find some answers that will eventually give you some of the answers. You will no, sorry, that you will find some answers that will give you some satisfaction that you've been looking for in this. Okay, fair enough. No, but like I said, it doesn't mean, like I said, it's rituals, whatever, could give you some kind of like a support for your search. And I would say that you also would need some patience at the moment for this, and to pay attention that when these answers arrive, that you don't miss them, right? And maybe it has something to do that when you are sort of feeling good for yourself on your own, that through these answers you have this related, which I would say that is rather sort of like a, well, if nothing is positive or negative in the cards, but the answers are somehow linked to the world in general. So I think it could be kind of like a more serious stuff that you will find out, right? Well, like I said, the world, yes. I think you will get some answers that you have have wanted. And I think like rituals could still help you in this. And I wouldn't even rule out in a way like organized religion. You could find even answers through there, not that you have to be in there and be, but somehow you could get some ideas from there. But I think it's gonna go down to this, that you will manage on your own. You could get like some ideas from there also, maybe looking into some organized religion texts or something. Maybe you get some inspiration there and you find out your own way. But success, mm, yeah. And also, if you think about the world, you think about spirituality, and it seems like this woman in the world card seems to be rather well with everything around her. So in a way, she is, I don't know, sort of like the center of her own world, and you could think that there is something revolving around her, and maybe when you get success in the spiritual path, and then whatever happens in the world, it's not going to affect you sort of so much. So you don't maybe mind so minor things. So I would say success is, I don't know if what term I would use in spiritual search, but inner wisdom, yes, I would say. Like I said, you're gonna get some answers, and that's gonna that's gonna like give you more answers. Sorry, now I'm starting to be a little bit tired. It's like 3 a.m. here, so maybe my head is not at its best. Well, fair enough. I guess that's very a noble idea. Why not? So, in a way, it could be that if you help others and you feel you're okay with the world and all that, in a sense. But also, like I said, this would be also something that I wouldn't try to rush it in a way. And like I think it includes that you have to have patience, and you have to pay attention when you get certain answers, that they won't somehow it's like, on my view, that it doesn't matter if you are inside the church literally or outside the church, as long as you get the messages that you needed, right? The church and stuff, in my view, doesn't really mean anything. Thank you, and hey, advice. Seven of Swords. Whatever you can get from Seven of Swords, right or white. Believe in yourself. Whatever you get from this, you know the cards, you don't know the cards, you can Google the meaning or not, or you just look at this and see what you get from here. Right? And you have to remember that no card has a fixed meaning. It depends always, and this is an advice. So the idea is like, whatever you get from the card, you don't have to care too much what it means. The point is that what you get from here, this is advice, what is coming to you in a spirituality and in general for the search of it, the advice, right? So if you want, I can pay, for example, I could get this to be honest with yourself. And for example, it would be related to the career, sort of. But anyway, what you get from this cannot be wrong. The answers are within you, right? Thank you. Okay, Sana Parati for you. And I am now kind of one leg out of the door already here. Believe in yourself, take it easy. Hope you find what you're looking for. It surely looks like you will. So we take Sanep. Let's see what we have for this. Then I really have to go. No options. So, Sanep, I think yes. And I think they do. And these people are linked together. And they are somehow, they have some kind of dependency. And yes, I think they are talking about you, and I would have to say that it might be that they are not talking so nice things. That I think it's like something that I would say that there is something that is even envious on their minds, and I think it's something a little bit nasty. Like, I would say, like when people sort of talk behind somebody's back or something, in that sense that maybe I would say that it's something that it's not so nice, right? And I would say it could be something, maybe there is shared some things that should not be. If there is like some knowledge this person has, and then he shares something that he shouldn't, or at least something that would not be a very polite thing to do. So I think I think eventually you wouldn't care too much what they say, but I think it could be that it's something a bit nasty, not very pleasant things, right? And this is for Zanep an advice. So whatever you get from Two of Cups, that's your advice. So yeah, I think they are talking about you, and I think they shared maybe something that should said things that should not be said. Well, funny that you mention. Yes. I guess I was somehow kind of hesitant to say that, but yes, I would go to that direction as well. Like I said, maybe they shared things and some intimate things that should not be maybe spread or should not be said. Right? Okay, we have here also still real me. So D, are you okay? You cool? We cool, Sanet? So we have here DGK Cartier. Will me and my current relationship moving together this year? Let's see. I'm gonna be rather brief and fast because I really need to wrap this up for tonight. For last half an hour. But it's really nice that people come here. Muy bien. Please do subscribe, like, comment, send us an email if you want a personal reading. dstonerocks@hotmail.com. If you want to ask them something, anything. We have been able to answer everyone. So okay, we're gonna do this DJ Cartier. You are up next, and then Lila Nasane, and then I'm out. I'm sorry, then I cannot more. My brain is also starting to be a little bit messy already. But first DJK Cartier, and then Lila after DJK. Okay? Will me and my current relationship move in together this year? Let's see. DJK Cartier, you are next. Will me and my current... When we're happy with the shuffle, we'll give you what the cards can tell me. And I will tell you. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired already. Okay. So DJK. Now we're happy with the shuffle. We say what we see here about the moving in with the current relationship. Yes, so let's see. I have to take some water. So I think this is a thing that it would be up to you. So I think the other person would kind of want to, but I think it's you who's gonna make the decision on this. So I think if you want, yes, you will. But I think it will still require some kind of like practical matters that has to be then handled. Sort of like I think both parties have to be then ready to negotiate a little bit how things are done. Right? Let's see. I will take fast a few more. Because what I see is like if you do not handle the practical matters so that both get something and maybe make some kind of compromises and in a good spirits. Yeah. So yeah, I think both parties have to kind of like sort of receive and get and maybe make some kind of compromise. Otherwise, there's gonna be a disappointment about this. If it's handled good, I think it gives a good opportunity that the relation like gets on fire more, so that it gives a good opportunity to this to this relationship. Um, I would also keep a little bit count in general how it feels, and I wouldn't keep too much secrets. I would be rather open in this. Um, and treat it as a sort of to start kind of fresh, but and when it comes down to this, that you would have to kind of maybe negotiate a little bit, make some compromises, but they would have to be in a sense that not anything that okay, we'll make this, but you were gonna be pissed off afterwards, you know, right? So if there is problems on the table, this is what I see, right? But yeah, it's up to you. I would take this here. Mm, I wouldn't say that that would happen very fast. I think that would be a little bit of a longer project. And I would say that this other person would be the one who is gonna maybe suggesting. I think this person is also feels for me is more like, I would say that, well, like you just mentioned, funny enough, in a sense that when it comes to the engagement, I got you for you basically as this. Which is funny if you say that you are the moneymaker of the relation. Queen of Pentacles. And on the other hand, this would be the person. You are looking at each other, but I don't think it would happen maybe that fast. I think it's possible, but I would pay attention that the person has good intentions in this, and I would find if this, what I would think that this person would be the one who will make the proposal for this, and you should then check on the time if you feel right about it. So I think that too. It's kind of are they in love with me as well? I have to say now I do not quite understand. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. So what do you want? What do you want me to ask? Are they in love with me as well? Now I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just tired, but now I don't get it. So you do want to know if there is love in there, or I think that's pretty much the case, yes. And I don't see this, at least this at the moment, happening. But I think there is some kind of like some nasty surprise could come up, and that would again put you in a spot that you have to judge the situation, and some truth of something will come out, right? And then again, I think this holds a lot of this, that this again in your hands. Do you see this then as an opportunity, or you think that that is? But in the end, I think this is something that some kind of thing comes out, something that is unpleasant, that is surprising, something that it's still a minor card. What I get from this, um, I think there is some kind of truth, and then in the end, it leads to this, that it leads to a good place in a way that then you will have obviously more or less. I see that you are not in control of this, and you will have opportunities to decide what you're gonna do. No, I don't really see that. I think it's just something that it's like there's some conclusion of some matter that it's bit uh, it's unpleasant. It's surprising in something that you didn't expect. But no, I don't see that it would be related to this, because it's some realization that comes a little bit like feels like a knife in your back. Mm. And when this realization comes, there is some kind of like arguments about this, who is right about something, and then sort of the truth will come out anyway from the situation, and it leaves you to like kind of estimate what you have gotten and where you can go. So I think in the end, again, the keys of the situation are with you. Hmm. Well, I cannot really get much more from this, but some truth will come out of some matter, like related to the air element, and it's like mind and thought. So I would say like something that has been maybe kept a little bit in the dark, some matter, it will eventually come out. Okay. Let's see what we get for the last thing you asked. I would say that if somebody is taking no, the point is like there is like I said, there's gonna be a conclusion. If sorry, I'm also a little bit tired already, so I get a little bit already confused. But there's gonna be some truth that comes out, some conclusion that happens, and I see that more, all this stuff about the relation and everything. I see somehow that you are kind of in control of many things in a good way. That you are like uh, you're on top of things still. Even that this comes as a surprise little bit, and maybe it's some kind of not very pleasant thing, like some kind of truth, maybe something that you don't want to see comes out. But this will lead to a good place anyway, that it's good that it comes out. And it leads you again in a situation that you have, I guess it's like, you know what your options, and then you can decide what to do, right? And what I would say for this, I feel like maybe that is the case, my mom taking action and saying something. I would say that, well, depends if I get this. It's a king of wands. So you can see that this king is rather restless. It's fire element. So it's kind of like a, I think this king could like start jumping into action anyway and doesn't really want to sit still that much. And could take like fast, like maybe even an impulsive action somehow. Right? So there's that. So I feel that it's, I don't know if your mother is some way also sort of like a father to you, or if you have a father who is around and alive and all that. Hello, Adriana. Yeah, I'm kind of wrapping things up a little bit here for a while. If you want to ask something, I will obviously read for you too. But now was, if you're happy with DJK Cartier, I was trying to say it very fancy though. What was, am I going to, so Lila Nasane, am I going to make it through my problems? I want to already say yes, of course, but let's see what we get, so maybe we can get a bit deeper understanding of the idea of this, what would be happening here. So, Lila Nasane, this is for you. Hello, Taurus. Now I have to say, Taurus, that I am reading for Lila Nasane and Adriana. If that's okay for you, is fine, but like I said, for you, I will read now. But anyway, if you want to, no problem with that of any kind. But now, anyway, Lila Nasane, will you get through your problems? Let's see what we get from here. Very happy with the shuffle. So then, DJ Cartier, yes, I think that could be related to your mother. That she's talking something. But now, anyway, Lila Nazane, will I get through my problems? Well, what I see here is like, I guess it has been a, like, I think you've been kind of like having some big struggles with yourself. And I think you are like, have been also a little bit like stuck and suspended in the midair, a little bit like not sure what to do in a sense. I think you're in a situation that if you don't pay attention, that you would be sort of like, could be that you lose some option that would help you through this problem that you are having. Okay, fair enough. So I think with your problem there is something that is not related to you that's gonna like kind of put things like crumbling down, and if things have not been built in solid foundation, and that can mean either that you're gonna stay there and sit on the ruins and not move forward, but probably that would mean that yes, but I think it's gonna be rather traumatic, and this could be related something that is not really up to you, or like so I think the big deal at the moment would be that you pay attention, right? And maybe more like don't try to look for the answers from outside. Try to look for the answers within yourself, and even like everything that has been in the past, even with like relation that has been responsible for creating you, and even ancestors, I would say. So I think you would benefit from a really big look inside, and kind of I would forget a little bit what's around myself. So I think that would be the thing. And I think after this there is no limits. If you can turn and search from inside yourself, there's no limitations what you can do. It's only what you create in your head that can limit you. And then I think you come to a realization, or something happens, something traumatic will happen after this. And then I would say that yes, you can and you will. So if you can look inside yourself and everything that you are, and where have you come from, and all, like I think you would really need to really forget what's out there and see what is in there in you, right? And this will create then the opportunity to put aside everything that is not really important, right? In general, because I get this impression also that you, if you don't pay attention, and I guess it comes down that you have some signals from inside of yourself that you should pay. But now that when I'm slightly tired, and some info gets sometimes a little bit fragmented. Uh, I think the important thing is that you pay attention what is happening inside you, and I think, like I said, you stop checking what is there, start checking what is inside yourself, right? After, if you can do this, there is no limitations what you can do, and you can overcome anything you want, right? You have all the elements that you need to. Basically, the multiverse and universe will not give you anything you cannot go through, right? And if you can honestly look inside yourself and find out things through there, then there's gonna be a dramatic change, which can seem that it's not even up to you. And this will create you. After first, you might be still a little bit like shocked and there is no order, and things might be kind of confusing what tends to happen when something goes like. So something needs to come crumbling down so that you can build new things. And this will give you opportunities, and you will manage better after this. So mainly I would say to pay attention what's happening inside you. And if you don't, maybe something else will kind of create the dramatic change, and then it's not gonna be so nice. But if you create it yourself, then you are ready for it, and you understand that you can survive and manage anything. So basically, if you more than it happens to you, you would decide that you let this happen, right? Hmm. Well, obviously, I am not professional in these matters. I just tell what is in the cards. But I would say that, well, everybody has their background, one way or the other. So maybe that's the point, that you would need to do this. Well, at least if you want to get unstuck. Unstuck, can you say unstuck? Probably not. If you want to be unstuck, and if you want to gain control in a sense that things don't happen to you, but you let things happen, and like this. I will take you one more card, which is an advice. I don't know if I can give much more. Also, obviously, I suggest if one has serious problems to not hesitate to contact professional people for help. And remember that what we read here is supposed to be mirror of information that you have there. I don't know anything. I am nothing. The cards are nothing. You are everything. All the information is there when you need it. In your head, in your heart, in your soul if you want. Advice. Four of Wands. And the important thing with this is that whatever you yourself, if you know the cards, fine. If you want to Google Four of Wands, right away, fine. But I would just look at this picture, and whatever you can get from this would be your advice. Right? Okay? You're welcome. Hopefully that gives you some insight to your situation. Right? Okay, Adriana, hey, next time. And now, thank you everyone for coming. Now my brain does not function anymore very well, so I really seriously subscribe, like, make a comment, send us an email, dstonerocks@hotmail.com if you want to get feedback. If you want to say, what is this old hippie saying? I don't understand. Oh, he's amazing. Oh, she's amazing. We do it with my girlfriend Davinia. She does Spanish. I do English. We happily accept your money on PayPal if you want to. And I'm not saying that you should subscribe, but you should subscribe, basically. But okay, sorry, guys. This is as much I have it in me today. It starts to be really late here in Finland, in the north, and cold. Thank you, Carmel. But anyway, it's really lovely. Thank you very much so much for coming and support. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for following. Check out our videos. More is coming. Now I really have to go. I'm sorry. I cannot anymore. I have other things I have to attend to, and now my brain starts to be in shambles. So hope you got some insight. Hopefully you got some help for things. Right. So, okay, anyway, now I need to go. See you in the future.